consideration provided by...
I'm Jerry. I smoked, and I have late-stage COPD. I'm hoping to get on the lung transplant list, but I don't know if I'll be accepted in time. My children are really worried. My tip is, every morning, give your kids a call or send them a text. It may be the last time that you do.
You can quit. For free help, call 1-800-QUIT-NOW.
Hey, make sure you join us tomorrow. We're catching up with Lizzo, talking new music and her SNL.
Happening now.
We're in Carrizo Springs this afternoon after city officials announced the release of undocumented immigrants and say they had no choice. I'm Alicia Barrera, and coming up, how and when that release is set to begin.
Potentially damaging testimony given today in a capital murder trial where the defendant was accused of killing a woman back in 1987. We'll take you inside the courtroom. That's coming up.
Fiesta is only 8 days away, so it's time to prepare. I have my first Weather Authority medal giveaway today. I'll be live in Stono, tell you where in just a bit, and talk about the forecast, including some gusty winds, another cool night, and a glimmer of hope for some more rain. See you in a bit. The News at 5 starts right now.
In a move never before seen in Carrizo Springs, undocumented immigrants will be released after being processed at the local Border Patrol Center.
But before being released, they're going to undergo a background and criminal check. Alicia Barrera joins us now live from Carrizo Springs. And Alicia, I understand that city officials are now working to establish the plan to deal with the influx of new people in the community.
Yes, and they've reached out to Uvalde city officials to figure out how they've handled this in the past. But city officials in Carrizo Springs say this wasn't their choice. This was a move directed by Border Patrol. And right now, they're trying to figure out exactly what that will look like. And the reason why is that the Eagle Pass detention center is at capacity. So again, this move happening perhaps in the next 24 to 72 hours, and it's only going to include undocumented immigrants that have turned themselves into Border Patrol agents. But here's the change. After being processed here at the Carrizo Springs Border Patrol Center, they'll no longer be taken to Eagle Pass. Instead, they'll be issued a form of ID that signals they are cleared to move legally within the U.S. for the time being, and then dropped off at a public location here inside city limits. Other key details we've learned today: no releases just yet. Again, that's pending a plan, a final plan. A drop-off location we know will be away from schools, as that is a big security concern. But here's how the mayor of Carrizo Springs, Oscar Puente, says the release of immigrants could look like.
They want to drop them off in the town. There's some, convenience stores for them to get something to eat. There's some motels. Of course, they're not available because they're all booked. But it will be to keep the communities feeling safe is the further away from the schools. Then, so like they said, they'll drop them off on the sidewalk, right?
The emergency management coordinator is the person undertaking this plan for the city of Carrizo Springs. And again, that could be done maybe in the next 24 to 72 hours. Still no exact timeline, but now residents are concerned about human smugglers. Are they also going to be part of this plan? So coming up at 6, we hear more from a concerned resident as well as the mayor. Live in Carrizo Springs, Alicia Barrera, KSAT 12 News.
Thank you, Alicia. 1987 capital murder case getting its start with the accused's new wife taking the stand. 69-year-old Larry Moore now charged in the murder of Diana Lowry. Eric Hernandez takes us inside the courtroom with what Moore's wife had to say.
It has been 35 years since Diana Lowry was found dead in her duplex on what's now known as Bailey Avenue. An autopsy had revealed that the 25-year-old was strangled and sexually assaulted. It wasn't until 2018 when an arrest was made in this cold case. That man charged, Larry Moore, now on trial. Today, his wife, Gretchen Phelps, who Moore has known since 1999 but only just married 11 days ago, took the stand.
I believe it was March 12th, somewhere in there where we got married.
At the center of her testimony today was an email communication with her son, the prosecutor asking her to remember what she said in those emails.
I'm being asked about things that are harmful. He talked to me about a situation where somebody, a woman got killed.
The defense tried to discredit Phelps' testimony by asking her basic questions to show the jury how confused and forgetful she gets.
Do you know what day you came into town?
The day? No.
Do you know what today's date is?
Oh my gosh, it is.
It can be yes or no. Just
No, I don't. I don't recall the date today.
Testimony is expected to continue tomorrow morning. If found guilty, Moore is facing up to life in prison. The DA is not seeking the death penalty in this case. At the Kidron Reeves Justice Center, Erica Hernandez, KSAT 12 News.
The court records confirming a San Antonio police officer who was fired after kneeling on a suspect's neck is now facing criminal charges.
Michael Brewer, fired back in 2020 along with Officer Andre Vargas. Brewer was indicted by a Bexar County grand jury yesterday. He's being charged with unlawful restraint, which is a third-degree felony. If convicted, Brewer faces 10 years in prison. You can see the full story on our website right now at KSAT.com.
He showed up with gunshot wounds he would not survive. We've learned the name of a man who was fatally shot Sunday morning. He was 20-year-old Pedro Ricardo Rojas. Police say Rojas showed up to a hospital Sunday morning with those gunshot wounds. He later died from them. Investigators say this shooting happened earlier that day on Briggs Road. That's in far south Bexar County. Deputies say 3 men drove the 20-year-old man to the hospital. Whoever shot him has yet to be caught.
A couple now charged after deputies say that they found 8 stolen trucks valuing almost $400,000 on their property. Some of those trucks have been gutted. Deputies say this could have been done to make room for possible human trafficking. 51-year-old Lydia and Alejandro Torres charged by Bexar County sheriffs on 8 counts of theft of a vehicle. The affidavit says deputies were called out to the property on Silver Trail when one of the stolen trucks was pinging a signal near this location. Records show they were arrested yesterday. A big move today for San Antonio in the world of big trucks. A heavy truck manufacturer cutting the ribbon on its new South Side plant this afternoon.
Navistar's new nearly 1 million square foot facility capable of producing both electric and diesel powered trucks. The plant will ultimately have about 650 jobs, even more if it adds a second shift. They've been building trucks since January, but the plant director says today means things really start to get underway.
So you've been training, you've been hiring, you've been putting processes and policies in place, you've been finishing up construction, you've been getting manufacturing equipment installed. Basically what this means is we're ready to go.
Though the plant is only turning out a few trucks a day right now, they expect to ramp up to 52 per shift by the end of June. We'll have more on this coming up at 6.
President Biden is on his way to Europe for a summit that will have 30 NATO leaders in attendance. The hope is that this power meeting can help de-escalate the ongoing war in Ukraine. ABC's Karen Travers is in Brussels, where the meeting is about to take place.
President Biden travels to Brussels for a whirlwind day of diplomacy at NATO, a marathon schedule of meetings all focused on Russia's invasion of Ukraine. Leaving the White House Wednesday morning, the president not revealing his strategy.
I'm going to save when I get there.
White House officials say the president in Brussels will reaffirm the ironclad U.S. commitment to the NATO military alliance and work to strengthen the response from the U.S. and allies to Russia's ongoing attacks on Ukraine.
For the past few months, the West has been united. The president is traveling to Europe to ensure we stay united.
The president and world leaders will announce a new package of sanctions on Russia. The White House signaling this will be a new effort to crack down on countries helping Russia get around the previously imposed sanctions. Last week, President Biden said he believed Vladimir Putin was a war criminal. Today, the State Department announcing the U.S. has assessed that Russian forces have committed war crimes.
The U.S. government assesses that Russia's forces are committing war crimes in Ukraine.
And shocking new drone video released by a right-wing paramilitary group incorporated into the Ukraine National Guard, showing the devastation in Mariupol, entire neighborhoods destroyed. Meanwhile, a small victory for Ukrainian troops. Officials say they've reclaimed an important Kyiv suburb from Russian forces, along with control of a key highway, allowing them to block the Russians from surrounding the capital.
Karen Travers, ABC News, Brussels.
Supreme Court nominee Judge Ketanji Brown Jackson faces her final day of intense questioning in her confirmation hearings. The nominee pushing back more forcefully today against attacks from Republicans on the Senate Judiciary Committee. This time much more direct and confident in her responses as she sparred with Republican Senator John Cornyn on the issue of abortion.
What I know is that the Supreme Court has tests and standards that it's applied when it evaluates regulation of the right of a woman to terminate their pregnancy.
While being questioned by Senator Ted Cruz, a fellow Harvard student, Judge Jackson vowed to remove herself from an upcoming Supreme Court case involving affirmative action and that university if she's confirmed. In traffic right now, let's go to 35 and New Braunfels, and you can see it is busy in both directions, but a bit of a slowdown, but no traffic tie-ups to tell you about at this hour. Yes, it is that time, and we're roughly a week away from the start of Fiesta.
Just about. Right now, Adam Caskey is kicking things off with a medal
Look
giveaway.
at him out there.
Oh, he's not happy at all with all this.
Yeah, he's at the Children's Hospital in Stone Oak. Adam.
Yes, the Children's Hospital of San Antonio, the Stone Oak Emergency Room. We got a great crowd here already lining up for today's medal giveaway. We'll be giving them away starting at 6 o'clock. We still have plenty left if anybody wants to come out here. And I will be also drawing names for homemade thermometers and a few other goodies that we have. I worked extra hard to get a few extra thermometers made late last night, because we've all heard of these supply chain issues that have been going on lately. And we've had an issue with some metals, but we have enough here, and we've got the Weather Authority metals, so extra thermometers as well. Hey, let's talk temperatures. Yeah, nice little veil of clouds giving us some shade. I'd venture to say it's a bit cool out, actually. 66 right now in Lakey. You look at the weather watchers. Floresville, meanwhile, at 76. You get to Windcrest, we're at 71, and in the upper 60s once you get up into Comal County and even Kendall County. We're going to talk about how much it's going to cool off tonight, because you'll feel a chill in the air for tomorrow, at least to start the day, and even a glimmer of hope for some rain, along with more fun in just a bit.
Thank you so much, Adam. Some of us have old photos and family members put away in the back of our closets, even up in our attics. 12 on your side's Marilyn Moritz tells us how we can keep these memories safe.
I'm Myra Arthur with a look at stories that we are working on for the news at 6 o'clock today. Another fired San Antonio police officer fighting to get her job back. Elizabeth Montoya was fired for punching a pregnant woman multiple times. There was body camera footage of what happened. That pregnant woman was handcuffed at the time. Today, an arbitration hearing for Montoya began as she tries to rejoin SAPD. Dylan Collier will have that story. Plus, it is a first for people living in the county, a homestead exemption approved by Bexar County commissioners. We'll break down what this means for residents as property taxes seem to just keep on rising. Those stories and more coming your way tonight at 6.
Myra. Preserving family memories. We're talking about that box of old family photos. We all have it, that box of memorabilia. It's in the back of the closet or up in the attic.
Or we don't know where it is. Well, it will stay there for years because we're not sure what to do with it all. 12 on your side's Marilyn Moritz with some answers on where to begin.
David Morgan started preserving his family photos a few years ago.
Really kind of started when my dad passed, just because we were trying to get his obituary together. Now I'm trying to really organize things by year, by name.
Just getting started can feel overwhelming.
Start with what you think is most important. Find the photos and the documents that are really going to mean something to you and to other people years from now.
He suggests labeling everything lightly with a soft pencil. Add details to the back edges of photos, including names, dates, locations. You might also want to interview the oldest person in your family to fill in the blanks and get backstories. Next, restore faded photos. David used Photoshop on his parents' 1960 prom picture.
I just really like that photo because my mom was really proud of that dress.
You can also help future-proof your photos.
Use acid-free materials when you're storing your photos and documents. This will really help them from degrading over time.
You should protect your memorabilia from bright or direct light. Keep them in comfortable temperatures and avoid humidity. Don't store them in the attic. You can keep photos clean by using a soft brush or lint-free cloth. You can also make digital copies from the originals using a scanner or even your smartphone. Then store those files in a few safe places: your computer, an external hard drive, and the cloud. Marilyn Moritz, KSAT 12 News.
Looking outside with live cam, a beautiful day out there. Kind of the sort of day you might want to hang out outside.
Yeah, give away some medals maybe. Adam Caskey joins us live from the Children's Hospital of San Antonio in Stone Oak. Glad to see a line of some of your favorite people behind you there, Adam.
Yes, a line of some fabulous folks here. We're in Stone Oak, off Sonterra Boulevard, Children's Hospital of San Antonio Emergency Center here that we have. And when I walk around, hey, you can hear me kind of jiggling and jingling. I sound like Marcus, their dog, which is on their app here. Marcus, their house dog that they have go around and go visit the kids. And also another, look at this, not one but two medals here. Yeah! And hey, we're going to be giving away the medals at 6 o'clock. And at the end of this weather segment, we'll be drawing for a winner of this homemade thermometer. One of several. It's reading 69 degrees right now. Let's see how close that is to what we have at the airport currently. And I believe actually at the airport about 10 miles down the road, we're exactly 69 degrees as well. For the most part, right around 70, upper 60s, a few locations about 71 degrees south of town, but that's about it. Here's the key. It's dry, and we've got that dry wind out of the northwest. Dew points now are down in the teens, and they're not going to rise until we get into this upcoming weekend. And the winds are out of the northwest, noticeable but not as bad today, but they're going to be picking up tomorrow. So that leads us to the issue that we've been having a lot of lately, red flag warning in effect. A show of hands quickly, who knows what a red flag warning is?
No fire!
Okay, a few people. A few people do. I've always said this needs you're going to get a medal. You're first in line. That product needs to be renamed. It doesn't mean the weather is going to cause red flags. It just means that should a fire start, such as off in the dry grass around, that it's going to spread rapidly. Okay, so we'll have those conditions tomorrow for most of our area with that red flag warning that's in effect. Okay, let's take a look at the wind forecast for tomorrow. We're going to have some gusts up to about 35 miles per hour. So that dry northwesterly wind, dew points single digits to teens, very low relative humidity and high winds. So the fire forms obviously can spread fast. We need rain too. We're dry, we're parched. Unfortunately, our only chance in the foreseeable future comes Tuesday and Wednesday of next week, and it's a paltry 20%. And this is the system that could cause it. We're looking at a big change in our weather pattern early to middle part of next week. That would give us a big disturbance, but just like most of these recent disturbances, most of the energy is likely to stay north of us. Of course, things can change, so check back in. We'll be fine-tuning that forecast. As for this evening, cooling off quickly. Luckily, the wind's going to diminish. 55 at 10 o'clock. By midnight, 50. Guess how cool it's going to be tomorrow morning?
Nice and cool.
Nice and cool. I like that answer. 40 degrees. 40 degrees. Even some upper 30s. I mean, you get into comfort 37. Woo! Rio Medina 37 tomorrow, so jackets in the morning for sure. But by the afternoon, sunny and mid 70s. This is like Southern California weather, almost, right? Almost. And look at our forecast. We're sunny and dry through the weekend and early next week. 20% chance of rain Tuesday and Wednesday. And you look at those morning temperatures, they're on the upswing back into the 50s this weekend. That's because of extra humidity in the air. Okay, Patty, we have just enough time. All right. I'm mixing them up. All right, the first thermometer goes to 805122. Yay! Congrats! And what's your name?
Elvira.
Elvira.
Yes.
Viva Fiesta.
Viva Fiesta. Hua!
Back to you inside.
Thank you.
We'll see you at 6.
I love KSAT.
We love you too. Thank you.
Thank you.
That is great. I like the reaction as he's giving the forecast. Ooh, ah. I hope he doesn't get used to that. No. We're not going to do a lot of that. We don't do a lot of that. Yeah. Anyway, the Sweet 16 teams are all here now?
Yeah, all here. The road to the Final Four goes through San Antonio once again. All 4 getting to practice for the first time and only time today at the AT&T Center. We'll let you know how's that doing. And the UTSA holds our Pro Day coming up. When the Spurs is in their 4-game road trip tonight in Portland, they'll be down Lonnie Walker IV, who's suffering from lower back spasms. The Spurs start the night 2 games behind the Pelicans, who own the 10th and final play-in position, a half game ahead of the Blazers, who are in 12. The Spurs will face the Blazers 3 times in the next 10 days, so a good chance to put a lot of separation between Portland and the Spurs and catch up to New Orleans in the process. With Walker sidelined tonight, the Spurs rely more heavily on Josh Richardson, who's coming off a 25-point game off the bench against the Warriors.
I've been on some good teams and I've played for some good coaches, so I've been able to see, quite a bit of good basketball. So just trying to, kind of lead by example and be vocal and just, kind of help guys. Because, we got a lot of guys that can play, but just little stuff. So, just the little things I picked up, I try to pass on.
All right, here's the matchup for you tonight. We'll have the early highlights for you tonight on the Night Beat. All 4 teams got to hit the court at the AT&T Center today to get ready for the Sweet 16, beginning first with Michigan, followed by 5th-seeded Houston Cougars, who will face number 1 seed Arizona in the second game of the doubleheader tomorrow night. The Wildcats are the last this afternoon, right behind Villanova.
You just got to stay physical, really. Just try to play harder than them, play to the culture, and hopefully we'll come out with the win. I feel like we're good enough to win more games throughout March, but we just got to take it 1 game at a time and keep playing hard.
There's no pressure. Everybody's confident they can win, so we just got to play our game and follow the instruction the coaches have, follow the game plan, and believe in ourselves.
He is one heck of an inside player for them. Now, here is the matchup for you. Michigan and Villanova, the first game, followed by Houston and Arizona at 8:59. The UTSA Roadrunners held their own pro day for as many as 15 of their athletes, performing in front of Texans general manager Nick Caserio. Among the 30 NFL teams represented today, the Texans have a boatload of draft picks this year following the trade of Deshaun Watson to Cleveland. That includes 5 in all in the top 80. Linebacker Clarence Hicks, no speed is what teams want to see. He's happy to show them his 4.48 time in the 40.
I know when scouts, when they see that speed, they're like, they really like that. So I was glad I was able to show them that, I'm really that fast. And also I got, I feel like I have good film. So, they put that together and know I'm a decent player.
All right, all those young players looking for the next step in their careers in football, and that would be in the NFL.
Yeah, and many of them didn't get invited to the combine, so this is their chance.
Perfect stage for them.
Yeah, thanks, Greg.
We'll be right back. Here's a live look at 281 at Grayson. Traffic moving along a little slower, but still moving.
Yeah, traffic going into town, very heavy tonight. And, not all that unusual. People out and about. Beautiful night.
It is a gorgeous night to be out and about. And thank you for watching the News at 5 with us.
World News is next. We'll see you back here at 6.